Hi, I just sent a great big long video message to Raf. I don't know whether she'll pick up on it. I really don't care. If she does, she does. If she doesn't. It's I can't force her hand. But I was trying to explain what seems to be happening between us, and I think it's good. And like you're still doing things the old way, and I'm sending you video messages, and I know you don't get around to watching them straight away. But that's okay. It's a pretty long, in all honesty. You take up a fair chunk of your day. I better slow down. I'm speaking a bit too quickly. Yeah, yeah. No, I explained what we were doing, and to be honest, Boom, it feels good. What's happening here? It feels good, and I'd like to expand it. I'd like to be able to not to make more money. No, it's to make a better world. Yeah, and that's funny thing is when Jackie was at primary school. She used to be at a Catholic school. It was just, I don't know, it's just negative and horrible, tiny little school. So you thought it was such a sweet thing. It was really just a bunch of bullies and arseholes. But there was this OC course. I'm peeling potatoes. It was an OC course. It was all about, actually it turned out to be, in 5th and 6th class, grade 5, grade 6, it was all about showing kids how to be an entrepreneur. I reckon I passed with flying colours. I loved it. Everything about it. It brought it more out of me than it was supposed to be for Jackie. But she was never going to be into it. She was actually the teacher. Most of the teachers had no idea what it was all about. I could understand everything that was happening and what they were trying to do. But the teacher was more into speeches and that sort of thing. And Jackie will probably become a lawyer. And a lot is due to this teacher in grade 5 or grade 6 or whatever it was, who encouraged her into public speaking, which is all well and good, but the idea of the course that nobody got was that it helped you. One thing they did was create a different world, and they're all thinking, it's just people probably think it's stupid, creating a different world, like an alien world, different planet. And what you do and that sort of thing. But I only realised some time ago that I'm creating a different world here, or trying to, with you. It's a different world to live in. I tried to do it in the room, but I didn't have control over that room. But what I'm actually trying to do is create a different world within a world within a world. Yeah, and your Italian friend or your Portuguese friend could all be part of it. Raf could be part of it. Tina could be part of it. Everybody could be part of it. But it's a world that I'm trying to create, and not the world that's been created for me. And you've got a part in it. Everybody's got a part in this world that I'm trying to create. It's not so easy to explain, but yeah, no, it's just like you've got a big say in it. I'm just sort of laying down some general rules rather than, like one is, no, you don't do things, drive on by yourself. You rely on the group, like in a tribe. You get others to help you within the group. You say, oh, I don't have. And you reach out and you do that. And not necessarily give me some money. It's just, it might be just a few minutes of your day just doing something, but it's something to give you a lift or whatever. But it's not, I am woman, I am strong, fuck that. Or I am man, I am strong, fuck that. It's about just finding another way to live. Because as far as I can see, correct me if I'm wrong, but you left work because you thought it sucked. I'd say Raf doesn't go to work because she thinks it sucks. I don't go to work because I think it sucks. Tina goes to work and gets kicked. Literally, they beat her. Yeah, great place, yeah. Andy, there's no work there. But the point is that most of us don't go there because it sucks. We just don't want to. We don't want to go through that shit. It's awful. So I'm trying to start the ball off, and your Italian friend, well, he just wanks. He doesn't go to work for whatever reason, but I suppose because he perceives it sucks. And he's right, it sucks. So what I'm trying to do is just kick it off. Get the idea, get you all thinking about something. Get you putting some ideas in yourself, because you're sort of like you're stuck in a certain way of thinking at the moment, but I'm trying to shift you around, shake you up a little bit. Start making you think, what can you do? What can I do? Um, how can we, I'm having a glass of wine at the same time, it's wine time. Beer o'clock they call it, but I'm having wine. Yeah. So I'm really trying to think, what can you do, or what can I do to help you do it and get it going? And as I said, I'm just trying to, set it in a sort of like, how do we do it so it's not shitty? Let's get rid of all the bossiness. Let's get rid of all that. It's possible. It's just possible. Just working together. Just we don't want to be like that. But that's and I found that I didn't tell this to Rath, but that's what I felt. Like I want a different world. I'm deliberately thinking, and this is what I was doing in the jungle room. I was trying to make a better place to go for me. And everybody else was enjoying it too. But then the room owner came back and converted it back to the way it was, and everybody just said, "Yours, keep it," because they liked actually what I was creating. It wasn't perfect, and they were criticising me, which I didn't like. But it was a bit old-fashioned. It was a bit high, such and such highs, men talking to men as well as talking to women, whereas Americans only talk to women. They ignore men because they're the competition, aren't they? And I sort of make jokes about the competition between men. And the women are becoming more entertaining. The men are becoming more entertaining. We're entertaining one another. We were creating a world. Daddy came back and let's get it back onto the old sex. Yeah, we want to see, pussy, cock, tit, ass, that sort of thing. And everybody else sort of looked, and they could sense what, like Kurt and I were doing was, Curtin comes in on his hat that's actually an Australian hat, but looks like a Nazi hat, not a nice, and the uniform, and sort of, and it's just something, or he'll wear his Mexican sombrero. And it's just a bit entertaining, you know what I mean? Not just sitting there, just a face on the, it's just a bit entertaining. So he's trying to get some sort of reaction from people, which I applaud. I think it's a good thing. So in a sense, he's trying to create a world as well. Yeah, but that's what I found myself thinking, and that's like I'm loving, just shoving you stuff and saying, have a look at this, or have a look at that, or have a look at something else. And because it's just a different world. It didn't exist. Look, even in the days of VI, we were just discovering it, and it was bad. It was just mean, nasty, and horrible. It was just bad. And all these years later, I think I'm saying, nah, enough of the bad. We've seen the VI days. Kill them. They're dead. If people still want to do it, go right ahead, but just don't do it around me and don't do it to me. I just have no further interest in it. No, I know how to operate and think online now. It'd be no different to in real, but I have more control online. I could go out in real as well, but there's a risk. Anybody can make up any sort of story, as they do online as well. I could end up in jail. And that's a very real prospect. I very nearly ended up in jail with Sue. She just had to make up stories, and that was it. So I don't trust it. On here, I don't need to, but I look, I don't know that I'm any better off in real. I've never really enjoyed it there. Like, you left it. You weren't enjoying it. It sucked. So you came out, you're putting up with everything, no money, anything else like that. That to you is preferable to what's out there in the workplace, which is not a very good indictment for normal society. They fucked it, basically. Everybody's gotten together and fucked it. Nobody's taken care of society. We've just exploited it, ruined it, looked for, and just basically exploited every fucking loophole you can, and ruined it. So, yeah, I mean, they've done all that, and I say, well, good on them. But, and nor do I try. I don't want to change the whole world. I've got no interest in it. What a stupid thing to think. Why would I bother? I don't want to come up with any idea that'll change the world. I'm thinking I can only change my world. And I can include people in my world, you're one of them, and activities in my world, which, so long as it's within the, so long as it crosses with the Venn diagram, Yeah, so the people and the activities, yeah. I'm not even asking you to be friends with my friends. And I don't want to be friends with your friends. See what I'm saying? That's another thing that happens in real. Oh, meet such and such. You try and it just doesn't work. So this way I can be friends with my circle of friends, um, male and female, and I don't want to meet your friends, and I don't want you to meet my friends. Like I wouldn't introduce you to Raf. She wouldn't like it, you wouldn't like it. Uh, so I wouldn't do it, nor is it I can tell you about them. I hope I don't tell you in any sort of, I don't say anything derogatory or disparaging about you, nor would I say it about Raf, except that, sometimes it just, I'll be honest, it just gets too boring and that sort of thing. I even said to her, the conversations between us just become too boring, and I think it might be because we're trying to type, like, and type in a room. Like I wanted to, I explained on the vid that, I just wanted to tell her about a puncture, but I just, on a bike, you're getting a hole in your tube, and air goes in. You got to push the bike home. I thought, and I said to her, I don't know how you're going to take it. I mean well. I'm not advising you how to live your life. I'm just saying, have you thought about it? Because it's a bit of a problem when it happens, And but to do that in type, holy son of a gun, we're talking paragraphs that she's not going to read, and we're going to try and do it in a stupid chat room. Yeah. So that's what I'm trying to say is I'm trying to create a new world. In my orbit, I've got electrons, going around me, and I'm going around them. And yeah, there are other people out there as well, but that's their business. I'm talking about my world. Trying to get people to do just a few things I want in my world. Even if I just have to tell you personally, just until you get the idea of it. Oh, okay. And then you might even start thinking, like Raf tried months ago, tried to get me to do video messaging. I say, I can be bothered. I just don't want to. She said, oh, because you could do this. Nah, don't want to. Now look at me today. Here I am doing it. And it's good. I'm enjoying it. The only difference was she was trying to do it to get, the crowd. Fuck the crowd. I don't care if I get one view. If it's just the person I sent it to, I'd rather just get one view. Just the person I sent it to. It's nothing. That's my relationship with you. It's got nothing to do with anybody else. And that's the difference between us. That's what she was hoping to get. Lots of people coming in. And I don't know why she bothers, because it never works for her. She keeps trying and trying and trying and trying. It never works. But that's her business. Oh, she might get successful at it sometime. Who knows? But that's not what I'm doing. Yeah, I sort of got all this from Jackie's course. Where they were trying to teach them how to be entrepreneurs, how to create a world, and that's what it seems I'm doing. I don't. I only as I said, I realised it some time ago, and I thought, oh, is that what it's all about? You're trying to create a world. Everybody's trying to create all the entrepreneurs are trying to create a new world. Look at Bill Gates. Look at what he's achieved. Even this, he's created this world. He's created a billion worlds. By having computers and linking into the internet and that sort of thing. Now, had he not done that, had he not done what he's doing, he would have created no worlds. We'd be still living back in the 70s, marveling over the microwave oven. Gee, what an invention. Which it is, but it's not nearly as far-reaching and as powerful as a computer. In fact, I don't even have a microwave oven. Mine broke. But it's in the computer, it's opened up. I'm talking to a Romanian woman. I'm here in Australia talking to you in Romania. I talk to Tina in Indonesia. I speak to Indo in the Philippines. I speak to Raf in the UK. I couldn't have done that 20 years ago. Whether I don't know what I would have been like if I hadn't done it. I mean, what a different. Can you see what I'm saying? And I think that's what's happening, is you've got the old world still trying to have a hold on you, saying, well, why are you doing that? Why aren't you doing this? Well, I've experienced the old world, and there was nothing there for me, so I've moved on to something else. It does, and they'll probably start saying, oh, yeah, but you're a computer nerd. Well, yes, is how I communicate, via a computer. Doesn't mean I'm necessarily a nerd. Yeah, I know a bit about them, but yeah, I wouldn't classify myself as a computer nerd. I'm an entrepreneur. Um, and then the government at the moment saying, oh, you got internet addiction. So yeah, it's just like somebody's living in real. You got an addiction. You like breathing. Yeah, it's an addiction. Yeah, an addiction. Yeah. So, but it's changing, and yeah, and that's. I'm just trying to tell you, this is what I'm trying to do deliberately. I'm not trying to live in the old world and just come here to, um, for computer time. No, because it's more than that. It's a life. It's actually taking over everything. Everything. Oh, it doesn't bother me. It's interesting to me. It's better than what I had. Anyway, I've got to go. It's 15 minutes. I have to prepare lunch.